Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.wordpress.com, back again here with another Ferrero Friday, and this time it's this little slope fronted box which, as you can see, has a little aperture in the top to show off your two Ferreros. We're going to use some Whisper White cardstock, and you'll need a piece that is 15 by 10 centimetres, and in portrait orientation, I'm using thick Whisper White here, but you can use the ordinary Whisper White. You're going to score the long edge at 1, turn it round and score at 3, at 6.5, at 10, and at 14. And then in just 2 scores in portrait, so that's with the shorter edge at the top, and that's 3.5 and 10.5. Okay, so having done your scoring, pop your trimmer to one side, and you're just going to fold and burnish those score lines. Then we're going to do some trimming, and the one with this, this is the shorter edge here. We're going to trim away the outer square on the top there, and this flap is going to fold in just to reinforce the front edge and help keep the box closed. Then you're going to cut along the score line there. You're then going to leave this one intact and cut down here and down here, and notch that out as well. That's going to fold in and glue across the back. I'm just trying to reduce the bulk that's on the side here, so repeat that on the other side. So cut down, so keep this one intact, cut alongside what's going to be our base, and there we go. Okay. Now these pieces here, we're going to trim those away just to make, so around about 1 centimetre on either side, and we're going to cut away on the edge here as well. And these cut at about, around about 45 degrees, so just to cut the corner off. Don't need to be isn't it just a little bit on the front edge, but more angled on the side, because they're going to be folding down into an angle. So that's the piece of card that you're going to have left at the end. So this is our front edge here, and this is our slope. So now you want to decorate it while it's still flat. So I've got some DSP that I've already cut from the floral bouquet, and this piece is 6.5 by 1.5 centimetres, just for the front there. We've got a larger piece for the top here, so this is 3.5 by 6.5 centimetres. Then we've got a piece for the back, which is going to go in here. So this is 6.5 by 3 centimetres. So obviously you're going to cut a piece that's 6.5 centimetres and then trim these off. And then these 2 side pieces are actually 3 by 3 centimetres. And before we do those, we're actually going to just cut the slope for the side of our box. So if you line your front edge up, and all you're going to do is put a little mark on here where that front edge comes to. So you can measure it if you like. It's just putting a mark at 2 centimetres. It's probably easier to show you on the video if I do it this way. So just at 2 centimetres, and that's 2 centimetres in from the centre line. And all you're going to do now is just come in with your scissors and cut at an angle like so. Okay, and again the same on this side. And in order to get these pieces to match, all I'm going to do is pop those like so, and just cut it at just line it up with the top edge and trim away on the corner, and do the same on this one. So just line it up on that top edge and trim away. Obviously, you can measure if you want to, but I find that's usually good enough. So again, come in with your adhesive and just pop those in place. Right, so there's our DSP adhered to the front. Now, to make the aperture on the front here, what you're going to do is again just bring your ruler in, and we're going to actually use the word window punch. So what I'm doing is just measuring in 1 centimetre from either side on the inside, and that's what we're going to use just to line up the points of our word window punch. Cut like so, then just push it in till the next one is lined up and repeat. Then we've got a window. Now you could leave it like that if you wanted to, but what I've done is to round off that edge, I'm just using the 3/4 inch punch, and I'm just coming in from either end and just trimming like so. So again, come in from the side and just line it up, and then you've got a really pretty oval punch shape. So all that's left to do at this point is to actually glue our box together. So as we said, we've cut those edges down a bit, so we haven't got so much bulk on the side here, which I think, you know, on a small box it can sometimes get a little bit bulky, can't it? So we're just going to use our fuse to get a nice strong bond just on those two there. Tuck those out of the way, and then we're going to come in on our front, these two, oops, if I can avoid gluing my nails to it, like so. So pop the side here, and again, so that's our side panels, and then come in for our back panels. Just give that a squeeze. And there's our basic box. I forgot to glue that front panel in. So if you do that, then all you need to do is just come in with some glue. It's a little bit awkward, but you can still manage to do it. And then just come in with our bung folder. A little bit of wet glue would obviously be easier than trying to use a tape runner if you end up doing what I've done. So there's our basic box. What we need to do now is pop our Ferrero in, and you can see those just sit in like so, and obviously you could leave it just like that if you wanted to. Fold those in, and you've got those Ferrero. But I thought it would be rather nice if we actually made that a little covering, and so you can pop a bit of ribbon around there to hold it in place if you wanted to, but it does hold down if you just give that a little squeeze. There we go, like so. So to make the label for the top, I've actually used from a stamp here, and all I've done, this stamp actually says thanks for joining us. Great for saying thank you to people if they've been to a party, a celebration, perhaps a wedding. And all I'm doing is coming in with my Stampin' Right marker here and using the brush tip end to actually just go over and ink that up. So once you've done that, because obviously it starts to dry, huff on it and just stamp that onto a piece of cardstock, which is 6 by 2.5 centimetres. There's our thanks. Then I've punched a little flower which is from the Tree Builder punch, and just create a little bit of dimension and glue that into place on the back there. Or obviously you can use a glue dot, and then don't do a dart as I've done, which is to then remove it with your finger. And then all you need to do is just add a bit of sparkle when I can find what I've done with my sparkles, which I seem to have misplaced. Oh dear. Anyway, pop that onto a layer. So here is our here's a piece of card. I've used Night of Navy, and I haven't done a whole ½ centimetre. I have just made it just a little bigger by about 3 millimetres on either side. And then come in, and what I've actually used is a tiny little brad, and you can use whatever brads that you happen to have, and just make a hole in that top corner. And then you need to make a corresponding hole by putting that in place like so, and just marking it. And once you've done that, you'll be able to get your brad through. So pop your brad through the top there, and just open that out on the reverse. Give that a squeeze, because that'll then hold in place. And there you have a box without my diamante, which I still can't see right this minute. So it's a pretty little thank you box that holds 2 Ferrero Rocher with a little slider to reveal an unusual shaped aperture. I think you can agree that your little bit of diamante there just helps finish it off to make it that little bit more interesting. Thanks for watching. Come back and see me again soon for another Ferrero Friday project. Bye for now.